This is Valley News Live at 6.
We begin with breaking news. Authorities trying to figure out what caused a single-engine plane to go down in West Fargo. That happened this afternoon just north of Bonanzaville.
And that's where we find Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley. She's been on the scene for the last couple hours. Bailey, what can you tell us now?
Yeah, Mike, like you said, there's still an unknown of what caused this crash, but here's what we do know at this hour. And while I run through this, I am going to go behind the camera and give you a closer view of what's happening here behind me as investigators are now on the scene. So just hang with me here as I zoom you in. So here's what we know at this hour. This call came in just before the 4 o'clock hour this evening for this plane that nose dived into the ground. It was a single engine plane crash. There was only one male passenger pilot on board at the time of the crash. Fire crews estimate that man's age is around 60 years old. They say that he received extensive injuries to his legs as he was pinned inside that front dashboard when he hit the ground, nose dove into the ground. He was transported, lights and sirens, by ambulance to a local hospital where at this time we do not know his condition. Again, fire crews do say though that he had extensive damage to his legs. As for going forward, unknown at this hour. They do say that they are hoping to keep us updated on his condition as the night progresses. You can see the FAA as well as the North Dakota State Highway Patrol as well as the Cass County Sheriff's Office are here now on scene taking photos and processing this scene and trying to figure out what exactly unfolded here. There aren't a lot of power lines. There is a small grove of trees here to the east, but at this point, again, it's unknown what caused this crash here today. We will continue to keep you updated. For now, live in West Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks so much, Bailey. New tonight at 6 at this point, students and staff in West Fargo Public Schools aren't required to mask up this year. We got a copy of the survey that may have led to that decision. The district asked staff and families last week to answer 2 questions. This first one asks if you believe the school district should follow all guidance and recommendations from the CDC and Fargo Cass Public Health. 59% of staff and 63% of families said no. The next question asks if the school district should have the ability to make their own decisions. 74% of staff, 76% of families said yes. More school districts are making their decisions as well. Tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, we'll tell you what the Fargo and Grand Forks school districts are planned to do regarding masks.
After last night's downpour in parts of Northern Valley, people are wondering if there's more out there, and maybe some of that could fall in the south. Let's get the latest from Hutch. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Mike. Good evening, everyone. We are seeing an increase in clouds out in the Devil's Lake Basin. That's where the best chance of some evening showers will be. Some of us will have to wait to the overnight hours. We will not see this type of precipitation in the form of chunks of ice. Miranda, thanks for sharing. That was last night. Wells County, the National Weather Service studying some damage reported in parts of the Grand Forks County area, and also some measurable rainfall. This Thief River Falls, Elizabeth, thanks for your over 3.5-inch report there. Temperatures are sizzling down south, a little cooler up to the north where we did get some rain, but the heat continues. Big change though, the humidity out of here. Gone are the 60s and 70s dew points, and we're down in the low 40s out to the west. That's very dry air. It's not good news for rain because raindrops starting out up here, falling through real dry air, can evaporate and then not make their way to the ground. So some of us will stay dry, but some of us will get some light showers. Hey, you want to hear some more? Your forecast looks like this for this evening in the FM area. It's International S'mores Day, so get out there and enjoy that sticky treat out there with temperatures. It'll be fairly comfortable, just a little breezy. That's it.
Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Jurors are deciding if a downtown bar and restaurant could have expected and prevented a May 2017 fight outside its front doors that left one man dead, another man badly injured. This afternoon, the Hotel Donaldson's defense expert told the court that Hodo's staff did what they were supposed to do, saying she would never train employees to go off the property to break up a fight, like the one between Darren Patterson, Jamie Grant, and Christopher Sang in 2017.
First of all, the hotel employees would not have any authority on property outside of their own. They potentially putting themselves in harm's way. Their actions were in accordance with what a reasonable procedure is.
Jamie Grant's widow, Jennifer, as well as Sang, are suing the Hodo for more than $2 million. Jurors will continue their deliberating tomorrow morning.
In an effort to reduce thefts and robberies while exchanging online purchases, West Fargo police announced 2 safe spots, parking spots, under 24-hour surveillance outside the police and fire departments. While the spots are under video surveillance, police officials say they're not monitored 24/7. The goal is to promote overall safety within the community.
A group of gun owners suing the Minnesota State Fair in Ramsey County, demanding that permit holders should be allowed to carry handguns on the fairgrounds. The lawsuit by the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus argues the State Fair's ban on weapons violates the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. The lawsuit is asking the court to prohibit the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office from enforcing the ban.
Governor Tim Walz signed a bill today that would support Minnesota veterans caught in the criminal justice system. Veterans who have committed criminal offenses as a result of the service-related condition will be given probation and social services rather than jail time. The Veterans Restorative Justice Act does not exempt vets from punishment, but it provides an alternative course for courts to consider as veterans navigate their path to recovery through the legal system. The law applies to veterans accused of less severe offenses.
Today, the U.S. Senate passed the $1 trillion infrastructure bill. If it passes the House, billions of dollars would be sent to the states for various improvements. This could create jobs for 650,000 North Dakotans. The distribution of the bill in North Dakota would mean a $1.7 billion toward road and bridges improvements, $116 million for public transportation, $26 million for electric vehicle charging stations, and $100 million for improving high-speed internet. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, there's a $4.5 billion for state highways, over $300 million for bridges, $819 million for public transportation, close to $70 million for electric car charging stations, and at least $100 million for improved internet speeds.
Senator Kevin Cramer, along with Senator Ted Cruz, have introduced legislation that would ban mask and vaccine mandates across the country. The No Mask Mandates Act would end President Joe Biden's executive order regarding masks on public property. It would also end the CDC's mask requirement for transportation. The No Vaccine Mandates Act would make it unlawful to require a COVID-19 vaccination without first obtaining the patient's consent. Senator Cramer says Americans are self-governed people who have more than enough information available to them on how to talk to their doctor and figure out what's best for themselves and their families.
A Minnesota preteen wanted something very unusual for her birthday, a COVID-19 vaccine. The rising middle schooler is hoping to have a happy and healthy school year. Reporter Barrett Leone has her story.
Right, you're gonna get your Pfizer shot today?
It's not a typical request for a 12-year-old.
And it was just your birthday recently, right? Happy birthday.
But Cadence Morrison knew exactly what she wanted for her birthday this year.
Get vaccinated. She said months ago, I know what I want for my birthday. I want the COVID vaccine.
And Cadence isn't the only one.
We have seen quite an increase in 12 and up getting the shot. For a 12-year-old that just recently turned 12, that's not super common, so that's really awesome for her.
Smith has been administering COVID shots since the beginning.
And then can I get your date of birth, please?
And says shots for those 12 and up have gone up more than 50% in the last month alone.
I think a lot of parents are starting to try to get their kids vaccinated before school starts here in a couple weeks.
Oh, it's a relief because she'll be starting a newer, bigger school, and we have to wait 3 weeks for the second one, but at least we've started the process, so she'll be protected.
And now Cadence
You ready?
plans to encourage others her age to do the same.
Just do it. It won't hurt. It felt just like the flu shot.
Cadence is starting 6th grade this fall. She's looking forward to being back in the classroom full time.
Rental cars are hard to come by. Later on Valley News Live at 6, we have some different things for you to try if you can't find a car.
And rain has been even harder to come by, particularly the Southern Valley getting zilch last night. But we did get a lot of rain and reports of upwards of 5 inches of rain in Munich. Here's a few other reports as we head to break. I'll have details on another batch of light showers this evening next.